Hello, you are listening to the Child Care Director's Chair podcast. Your host, Erica Sacosio, invites you to join her community of passionate and inspiring leaders in the ECE field, where she discusses, reflects, and shares the best ways to invest in our children, families, teachers, and community. Because after all, we know they are the heartbeat of any successful program.
These kids don't want to do anything. All they want to do is hang around, scroll through social media, be on their phones, hang out with their friends. Is this something that you hear from your school-age teachers? I know, I'm a child care director just like you. So I'm glad you clicked on today's video because we're going to give you 5 ways, that's 10, 5 tips on how you can really make your program stand out. And your kids really excited to be there. Now, the first thing I want to say is it's okay if they want to just hang out because that's what you do when you get out of work, is it not? You want to hang out with your friends. So it's okay. Be part of that. Stop going against what kids want to do and start working with it. That will be your number one goal, is to be open-minded and understand that the kids have their own interests and their own needs, no matter how much curriculum we plan for them. So let's start with this. Kids love things that are messy and they love hands-on activities. They love to experiment and they certainly love interactive games. They also love projects that let them to continue to work on it long over a period of time. So maybe they're not excited about doing that paper plate fish that you made on the curriculum calendar, but maybe they would be really excited about learning how to do something that they like. So start with an interest inventory for sure. One of the things, I'll give you an example how they love to do games. So I had a teacher, this is quite a few years back, but I had a teacher who was like, oh, these kids, they don't want to do anything. And at that time, Pokemon Go was really, really popular. I think it's coming back now, but it was really, really popular. So on the calendar, it said a scavenger hunt. And so what I did was I made photocopied Pokemon characters and I hid them throughout the school, inside and outside. And we had little points connected to each of the Pokemon characters, and each one had a different value and a different prize. And so we had the kids go hunt for Pokemon. They 100% were on board. They 100% could not wait to find the Pokemon. And then the prizes were, guess what? Connected to Pokemon, because that's what they liked. Right? So you have to know what your kids like. The other thing is, if they like social media, there are lots of things that you can do. You could build a whole month of curriculum around social media. Who invented it? Who is in charge of each platform? What does each platform do? How are they different? How are they the same? What ones are their favorite and why? What do they need to know about being safe on social media, right? If they're talking about it, let's teach. Let's talk about it. Let's meet the kids where they're at. So some fun things that you could do is you could even make some social media posts for your school. Now, don't forget to get permission from the parents. But what better advertisement for your program than the kids saying how much they love your school? So just, again, that's just an example, but there's so many ways that you can do that. I have a podcast. I love podcasting. And so we decided to do a podcast club to see how the kids liked it. And they loved it. They loved understanding how you book a guest, how to make a script, what kind of equipment do we use, what kind of lighting do we have. There was just so many pieces of it. And I don't think they ever really realized how much went into podcasting. But they did, and they got really excited. And so we started interviewing the students. And each week they got better and better at interviewing skills. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that that could be a skill that could be really handy in a school age program, especially if you're working with children who are in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, because at some point in the very near future, they'll be going out for interviews. So think about how that connects. Also, many of these children, as they get older, they may go into the media space. They may go into computers. So there are lots of opportunities because we know that's where the future is. Future jobs are there. So very progressive and a very great way to build your program, build some media around it, and have the kids be part of it. You can even have your parents be part of it too. But it's just a great way to do that, is to connect with interests that kids have and making a game out of things, whether it's a challenge that has a reward or badges or point systems. And kids just love recognition for their effort. And if you haven't figured that by now, take a look and see what motivates you. Usually somebody recognized you, or you get some type of acknowledgement for the work that you've done. Kids aren't any different. My one point that I would do or would make is make sure that when you're building these types of activities, that they are collaborative, meaning maybe a whole team wins or a whole group wins instead of one individual child, so that we also can get the benefit of kids working together. So that would be one thing that I would say that you could do. You want to offer choices that are flexible. Give them options and different activities. Also, lots of programs will have two different philosophies. They either have all ages mixed, or children are separated by age and grade level. So there's benefits to both. So maybe you mix it up a little bit. Maybe there are times where you have older children and younger children working together on projects. Man, what a great way for older kids to be role models, right? And then there are other times where you want to do something that's, very challenging, might be very intricate, which might be very hard for a younger student to do. So mix it up, make it fun. Because if it's always the same one way or the other, again, pros and cons, it can get a little boring, right? So mixing it up a little bit will really go a long way. Now, going back to they never want to do anything, they just want to hang out. That's true. So build a space for kids to hang out where they can really build on those friendships, because we know socialization right now is really hard for students. And so the more that we can help build their social and emotional skills in a way that's meaningful, the better. So, and it also helps create that community feeling. I don't know about you, but my kids at my school have been together forever. They're not even classmates at this point. They're more like siblings. I have students who came to my program as infants who are now in like 5th and 6th grade. So, and they've been with the same kids for a very long time. So that's two things that are great about that. One, they have a real strong bond with each other. But two, when new kids come in, it's sometimes hard to break into that. I hate to use the word clique, but into the group. So be mindful of that. And so when you have these spaces where children are being social, be engaged. Not saying be Snoopy, but be engaged in the conversations. Maybe do some conversation starters as the teacher, and let's see where that goes. And beyond, like, how was your day? Like, things that are really meaningful to kids. And the only way that you know that is if you're connected and you're a part of what's going on in your school. So you have to listen and ask how, not only how they're doing, but, ask them what they feel like doing and when they feel like doing it. Because again, it's okay to allow students to have social time. I would say that's a huge part of school age programs, is having that social piece where at school, what are they told all day? Shh, be quiet. Shh, you can't talk. Once in a while, they might get a group project. For the most time, it's be quiet until I call on you. So when we get to after school programs, they want to chat, and they want to chat a lot. I'm here for it. I want to hear what they have to say. I care about what they think. I want to make sure that they are able to communicate with each other, because I can't think of any skill that's more important than communication at any age level. Some of the things I know my kids love to do is cooking. So how can you expand on cooking, right? One way, again, if you're saying like kids really just always want to be on their media. So maybe we find out who's our favorite chef. Maybe we look up recipes and then we take consensus of what we're going to make. Or maybe we make a calendar of 5 different recipes we're going to make in the month. But have the kids do some research. Or maybe we even give them really get strategic and say, okay, I want to make an authentic dish from Italy. Let's find what we want to make. Everybody, let's Google it now on the school tablet, etc. And then let's see what we come up with. And then we take consensus. And then we talk about an ingredient. Maybe we take a field trip to the store to buy the ingredients, or the local farmer's market and buy the ingredients. And so this is a great way to tie everything together. You can get that field trip out of it, that experience, maybe talking to the farmer about how he grew that oregano for that dish that we're going to make. And don't forget about the science that you can really pull into a cooking project as well, especially if you're making things like sauces and infusion, and how we're putting spices together, and, balancing acidity and sweetness, and balancing the things in our taste buds, and smelling, and all of the things, right? I get so excited about it. But, immersive curriculum will always get your kids excited. It has to be a full experience. We're so used to a world of, like VR. Think about VR, right? That's an immersive experience. And your curriculum should be immersive too. If it is the same boring stuff that you've been doing over and over again with the same group of kids over and over again, they're going to get bored. And probably so are you. So where is your enthusiasm? Make sure you're bringing that enthusiasm to the table. So let's see. We have got incorporate hands-on activities. Also, make sure that we make a game or experience about it. Offer choices and flexibility, letting us be able to mix it up. Big group, little group, age specific, not age specific. Where we're going to do the activity. Not every activity needs to be in the space that it was created for. Like, we can do art outside. Right? That might be different. Maybe we have open-ended art, and gosh, I hope you have open-ended art, because we do tend to get very like, this is what we're going to make today, kids. And aren't we all excited? Maybe we just bring out the materials. We bring them out to the picnic table. It's a beautiful day out. Here are 8 different types of medium. You can use chalk. You can use oil painting. You can use finger painting. Like, put out materials and let kids decide what they're going to make. And then let them tell you about it. Because we always like to tell them what they're going to learn. Let them tell you. What did you learn from that experience? What medium did you like best? Why did you like it best? What one didn't you like? Why didn't you like it? That's how we get kids excited about going to after-school programs. That's how you get them not away from the technology, but using the technology. So I'm going to give another example. So at my program, we have a beautiful backyard, and it's fall here, and there's lots of leaves that are falling. So instead of going on a scavenger hunt and just grabbing leaves, maybe we give them specific leaves that we're looking for, and then give them some leaves that they're looking for that maybe are not out there. And so we have to figure out why they're not out there. What kind of tree do they come from? What kind of environment does that leaf come from? And do we not have the right climate? What other things did we find beyond those leaves? So these are just some examples, but you have to get jazzed up about your curriculum. Make sure that it is immersive, or for that choice and flexibility. And then lastly, of course, creating that safe environment where kids can be social, where we can build their social and emotional skills, their communication skills, their sense of community. So that's how you do it, guys. If you liked today's video, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment below. Don't forget the notification bell, let you know when our next video comes out. And we want to hear from you, so stay connected. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up, and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Child Care Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Child Care Director's Chair.